Hey. Oh.
One of us has to. He's way taller than I am. But we won't do that. Hi, and welcome back to our channel. Oh, now we're going for perspective. Okay. Today we're going to be doing our second go around with HelloFresh. We got a card in our FabFitFun box that gave us a discount on it, so it dropped the price down a bit.
And she said it right.
I did.
It's a $39.95 a week subscription for 2 meals. It's 2 meals for 2 people. It comes in with the meat and the vegetables. Everything's there. There are a few things you need, like olive oil and stuff like that. Or in Noreen's case, you know,
a little less olive oil.
Cooking sherry.
No, it's not cooking sherry. I have a glass of white wine. For those of you who are old enough to remember the Galloping Gourmet, aka Graham Kerr, he used to always cook with a glass of wine, and kind of helps me to relax while I'm doing this because I'm still really nervous about doing it. So hey, but tell them what the discount was for FabFitFun.
It gave us $20 off of 4 boxes.
So everything that we received, we already unboxed, and we opened up and took it out of the bag because it had been a little while since we had received it, and we wanted to make sure that everything stayed as fresh as possible before we had the opportunity to film it. So if you give us just a moment, we'll cut away and cut back and show you everything that came in the packaging, and we'll talk a little bit more about the prep. The recipe we're going to be doing today is cheddar crusted chicken with buttery mashed sweet potatoes and roasted broccoli. One side tells you what it is, and then the back side gives you full recipe directions, which makes it kind of nice if you're a novice cook. But here's everything that came in the packaging with it. It came with boneless, skinless chicken breasts, panko breadcrumbs, fry seasoning, some sour cream, which to me, when I read the directions in the recipe for it, I'm kind of like, whoa, that's kind of interesting, but we'll try it because we're always up for trying new stuff. Some cheddar cheese, a package of broccoli, and then sweet potatoes. This is the one that HelloFresh sent me. There was another sweet potato in with it, but it looked kind of gnarly, and it's probably just because I don't know if I didn't take it out of the packaging soon enough, or if it was, I don't know. Needless to say, I substituted my own sweet potato for it. So we'll be using mine instead of that one, and we'll get going. And to start out with, we're just going to go ahead and wash and prep all the vegetables. I'll show you everything what that looks like once I get it done, and we'll be back in just a minute. Okay, so while you were gone, I went ahead and peeled and diced my sweet potato, and I did trim up the broccoli a bit because there were some brown ends on it, and to be honest, I'm faulting myself on that because I didn't cook it up as quickly as once they had sent it to me. And then a little spot there, sorry. But I also washed and dried the chicken breasts, seasoned them with salt and pepper, and I'm going to season them now with the other half of the fry seasoning. The fry seasoning got mixed into the panko breadcrumbs along with the cheddar cheese. And once I get done with that, I'm going to brush half of the sour cream on the chicken breasts and get that going. So now that I have all my vegetables prepped, I went ahead and cut down the broccoli a little bit more. I'm going to put the sweet potatoes in some water to boil, and they're going to boil for about 15 minutes. The broccoli is going to go onto a roasting pan that I'm going to sprinkle with a little bit of olive oil and salt and pepper so that they can roast. And then we will get the sweet potatoes boiling.
Just not looking.
Oh, what? He's well known for pinching things while I'm cooking.
Got busted.
Sweet potatoes are in the pot getting ready to boil. The broccoli is on the pan with a little bit of olive oil and salt and pepper, so I'm going to put those in. And next up, we're going to turn our attention back to the chicken breasts. Salt and peppered. I kind of trimmed them a little bit just because I always trim my chicken a little bit more. Ooh, that came out kind of. That's Bob's. Because I know he'll like it.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. This is the other half of the fry seasoning packet that went halfway into the, oh, come on, break up. That went into the breading mixture. And then once we get this on, we're gonna brush it with, I'm sorry, using my hands here, Nature's Best Tools. And then it says to go ahead and brush them with half of the sour cream that's in the package. Now I know most of you guys have seen like the really fancy silicone brushes and whatnot. I'm kind of old school. I still have a brush that I know that my mom used to use many, many years ago that I found probably at a flea market or a garage sale or something like that. But it has natural bristles on it, so that's what I'm using. I also have a potato masher that I'll show you here in a little bit that is equally as old as that. But it still works, so why mess around with things that work? Do you want more of the, where do you want more of the fry seasoning?
Just, I guess, throw it in the mix.
Okay. That's a lot of fry. Okay. So the fry seasoning that we've got mixed in with panko breadcrumbs, and Bob pinching it because he's a cheese fiend, has got cheddar cheese and panko breadcrumbs and the fry seasoning. Let's see if I can figure out how to do half of the sour cream here. Do some of that. And I think I just put it on the wrong side. But that's okay. We'll make it work. The sour cream should help keep everything moist, is what I'm thinking personally. We'll get it brushed on this side. Flip it over.
Remember, they got to knock it out of the park for me to give a 5 on this one tonight.
Bob's not a big fan of chicken. This was my choice, not his. It also has sweet potatoes, which is one of my favorites, not his. And broccoli, which I also like. We'll see. We'll see. I'm betting he's gonna like it. I'm just betting. Okay, so everything is brushed with some sour cream to help the breading adhere to it. I'm gonna reach over here and grab my pan so that I can put the chicken on it. And dip away. Let's see how much of the breading we can get to stick. Well, that looks pretty good. Okay. I'm gonna make sure I save some for him, otherwise he's gonna be mad at me.
Oh, I won't eat it after it's got pork.
No.
Oh.
I'm just saying, who's got more breading on their chicken, me or him?
Oh, I guess it's chicken, not pork.
It is chicken. It's chicken breasts.
Okay.
Mine seems to be a little bit cheesier than his, but depending on how they come out, I'll probably swap him because he's more of a cheese fiend than I am. I like cheese too.
A lot of cheese.
And I'm going to take the rest of it and put it on the top of his. Oh, there's that little baby piece here from me trimming it. Go figure. My kids know anytime that I do anything that's meat related, I trim pretty much all of the fat off of it. And we got all of it on there. So we'll go ahead and pop that in the oven. And we'll be back in a few minutes once things are getting a little bit further along. We're back. Sweet potatoes are done. I went ahead and threw about a tablespoon of butter in it. I know the recipe calls for 2 tablespoons. Sorry, kind of do a little bit less than that. And I'm going to put the sour cream in. They're going to get all nice and mashed up. And like I was telling you before, I have a lot of vintage kitchen tools because I think they work just as well as the new ones, and you don't need electricity. It's all man-powered. This one is easily at least 40 years old, I'd say. Probably older than that. What do you think, Bob?
Yeah, probably.
I'm sure it used to have a colored handle, but as time wore on, it got worn off from washing, but I still use it. I use it a lot. I like it. It kind of gives you a little bit of a more rustic mash on the potatoes, gives you a little bit of texture, and it works just great. I've already pulled the broccoli out. The chicken's just finishing up now.
Talk about collecting things.
Hey.
The famed wall of Jell-O molds. More.
I like to collect things that mean something to me. The kitchen molds, the ones over there, the gelatin molds, that just reminds me of my mom because my mom always had them in her kitchen when I was growing up, and when I saw them at the thrift store or the yard sale or whatever, I would grab them. because it reminds me of my mom. Okay. Mashed enough for you?
It's okay to me.
Mashed enough for me. So I'm going to set this to the side for a moment and grab the chicken out of the oven.
Try not to get a view of the bottom of the oven because I need to clean it.
Yeah, the oven needs a little help. It needs a little love, we'll put it that way. That's pretty much what came out with the broccoli from what they sent us. Normally, I would probably do twice as much broccoli as that, but that's me. I like a lot of vegetables. Chicken should be done.
You may hear the dogs fighting in the background, so
The chicken
I'm
looks
going to yell at them real quick. Hey!
The chicken looks awesome.
Does look good, doesn't it?
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and pause here for just a moment so that I can get things plated up, and then we'll have some final thoughts about everything. So here's our finished plates compared to what they plated up. I mean, our plates are a little bit bigger, but granted, I'm not a food stylist, but I think it came out okay. Overall thoughts of HelloFresh? It's a great idea for people who are really super busy and don't have time to get to the grocery store, or for people who are just learning how to cook and would like recipes. I will admit it did give me a couple of new ideas of things to try for different recipes, but for the most part, I don't think it's for us, mostly because I don't mind shopping. It's another form of retail therapy that I kind of enjoy. I like going to the grocery store. He knows that.
Yep.
I wander around the store for a long time looking at things.
The trip to certain stores is never less than 2.5 hours.
Well, it depends on the store, but overall, I mean, they did give us some great ideas for some new stuff, but honestly, we're going to go ahead and cancel it because it's just not a good fit for us. If there are other subscriptions for dinners that you know and love, let me know down below in the comments and we'll check them out and see if it's something that would be a good fit for us. In the meantime, thanks so much for watching our video. We really do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch it. If you liked it, please give us a thumbs up, and we would really like it if you would consider subscribing to our channel. We are getting better at this. We're up to, I think, 15 or 16 videos now, so we're getting a bit better at it. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you again real soon. Bye-bye.